Welcome to CryptoWise. Couple wise guys. Hello, talking crypto. Welcome back to CryptoWise. My name is Marvin and I will be your captain today. And what a beautiful day it is in Cryptoland. The altcoin bull is here and we are seeing it and believing it. And I believe that the next few months to come are going to be absolutely amazing for altcoins. I mean, I hope we're seeing the trends, we're seeing the bullish signs. And so we continue to look at what altcoins we're going into. And today I'm giving you a sneak peek of my altcoin bags and what I am buying today. But in the meantime, first of all, thank you so much for supporting our channel. If you haven't already, please do watch some of our latest videos. Milty did an amazing job showing us his sneak altcoin picks as well as his top Polkadot picks. And everybody, thank you so much for supporting Reef Finance, my biggest latest video on Reef Finance, what I believe to be a sleeping giant. I won't get into refinance today, but what I will tell you is my video's gotten over 7,800 views. 7,800 views in the last week or so alone. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you haven't already, please do us a favor and support our channel by subscribing, liking, and signing up for that little bell. Also, if you don't already, please do follow us on Twitter. Guys, CryptoWise Daily. We are providing some amazing content all the time. Today we are talking about altcoins. Altcoins, and not just altcoins. We're talking about my altcoins that I've been buying the last week and altcoins that I'm buying today. And I'm talking about projects that I think will do a 5x, a 10x, and in some cases even a 100x in the very near future, weeks and months to come. Don't get me wrong, I've got 80% of my crypto in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Polkadot. Those are my main long-term focuses in crypto. Now, I dabble, of course, in altcoins. 20% of my portfolio goes to higher risk projects. In some cases, very high risk projects that I'm looking for that grand slam 100x plus. In other cases, projects that I think I can get in and maybe out of in the next weeks or months to come to increase my stack in Ethereum and Bitcoin and DOT. And some cases, I'm investing in altcoins for the long term. Projects that I think could really do a lot in the next year or two to come. I was an early investor in projects that you know about, projects like Chainlink. I was a seed investor in Chainlink. If you look at what we did in Chainlink over the last 2 years, you'll know that altcoins can make you a tremendous amount of money. You just have to be extremely careful. And that brings me to my number one thing. This is not investment advice, guys. 100%. This is not investment advice. This is solely me showing you what I am doing, what I'm investing in. You can take the information and make your own decisions accordingly, but understand the risks. The altcoins bear high risks, but also potentially extremely high rewards. The first project I want to talk to you about is keeperdao. Keeperdao is an on-chain liquidity underwriter for DeFi. This is a sleeping giant. Keeperdao scales DeFi by acting as a proxy volatility fund, providing backstop liquidity for on-chain lending and synthetic asset protocols. Harvest excess returns by capturing arbitrage opportunities during times of market volatility and distress. Keeperdao also has 3 different audits that they've done. Now, I'm not going to do a deep dive into these projects today, but I do want to just show you this. This is KeeperDAO's app, and I am testing it. I've already put in $10,000 in USDC. Interestingly enough, in the last 4 days, I've collected $16.52 worth of fees. Now, keep in mind, when depositing right now into KeeperDAO, there is a fee of 0.64%. That means that this actually cost me $65. However, at the same time, that fee is distributed to each of these pools. So if you participate, you get your share of that fee. But at the same time, you also are farming Rook. Now, this is said to maybe stop on February 1st, so keep that in mind. They haven't decided if they're going to maintain these farming rewards for the Rook token. But so far, I've almost farmed almost 0.3 Rook with a 10,000 USDC investment. Rook is currently trading, as we're doing this video, at $400.13, which means I've farmed over $100 worth of Rook plus over $16 in fees, which means that my investment so far of $64 has paid off. But what I'm really banking on is the fact that Rook, the token, which by the way, I have also purchased some. I have a bag of Rook tokens because I think this project is on its way up and up and up. If we look at it, it has had steady growth. Now, don't forget, there's farming going on for the Rook token. So you have these sell-offs of bigger players that are selling their Rook, but you also have a number of investors coming in, holding Rook for the long term. So right now, I'm farming Rook, gaining interest, and I've also bought Rook, which I'm going to hold on to. This isn't a project that no one's talked about. Our friend Ellio Trades recently did a video on it, which I want to show you just a clip of.
In fact, I found an amazing thread that we're just going to walk through because I think this breaks it down at a very simple level for you. And it's by a Twitter handle called 0x Infinitum, who actually is the CEO here at Real Hexro, which is a derivatives sort of gambling platform. Anyway, I'm not promoting Hexro. I never have. Just saying that this guy did a very strong summary here of what keeperdao is and why it's important. And I think after getting through this, you'll understand not only a lot more about the Ethereum blockchain, but you'll also understand that this opportunity for keeperdao is quite substantial indeed.
Thanks, Ellio. If you guys don't already, I'd recommend subscribing to Ellio Trades. He's got some awesome content and comes up with some great altcoin picks, keeperdao being one of them. And I'm also a believer in keeperdao. It is in my bags. I have bought it, and I will continue to invest in keeperdao and also continue to use some of my profits that I'm taking off the table and put them into keeperdao for some amazing rewards. This next project is one of my sleeper projects, and I don't know if you've heard about it. You might have. It launched on PokeStarter about a week and a half ago, and since then it hasn't done that well. But I'll tell you right now, that's when I started buying it because this project has a ton of potential, a huge amount of value, and its competitors in the space have done extremely well, 100x, 200x, etc. And it's mixing Ethereum and Polkadot, and they both of those ecosystems, which tells me as an investment pick in the tokenomics is very interesting. Yup, the yield optimization platform and protocol, an all-in-one Y optimization application powered by, of course, Ethereum and Polkadot. The Y platform, yield optimization platform, an all-in-one optimization platform that makes it easy for everyone to access yield markets, giving you control, custody, insights, and flexibility directly in one single application. The Y protocol, yield optimization protocol. The protocols are a proprietary mechanism to allow everyone simplified access to yield markets, providing dynamic portfolio management with automated IL and permanent loss protection, aggregation, and reward protocols. Now, I'll tell you, they have designed a really sexy app. The app is coming out soon. It's not out yet, as well as a desktop platform and a web-based platform. On the app, they've got the farmers market, SwapDex, MyYop, Yop Wallet, market data. And the competition, as I mentioned, is huge, right? Unipro, Frontier, Dharma, and all these guys we've already heard of, and some of which we've invested and made a lot of money on. And so this project, for that reason, is very exciting to me. The market cap, which I'll show you really soon, is quite low. They've also got a pretty substantial team behind them, which is also something that I'd like to look at. Their team is a global team. We're not talking about one country. It's not just China. It's North America. It's India. It's Asia. They've got an extremely diverse advisory board. And when I look at the actual tokenomics of this project, right now we have a market cap of just around $6 million with almost $1 million in trading volume. Now that's down from yesterday because the token is down. I suspect some of the seed sale guys have decided to take their profits as of recently. But that said, looking into the actual launch of this, came out around 54 cents and went all the way up in a very short period, 48 hours, all the way up to $1.43. Full disclosure, I bought into this project originally around 99 cents. I watched the sell-off occur. And I watched and I watched and I watched, and I started buying this project again in around 75, 77 cents. And now, since it's continuing its sell-off from, of course, those seed and private round investors at around 64 cents, I'm buying more. I'm looking at YOP as a potential of a 10, 20, 30x for my portfolio in the short term. I've seen this happen time and time again. People are scared of project launches now. Binance has scared some people away. We know that bots operate on a lot of these DeFi protocols in order to increase the price dramatically and dump down on those buyers excited to buy bags of these projects. And so what I'm doing now is I'm waiting until the project launches. I'm allowing that to cleanse itself, and I'm watching afterwards. I'm starting to buy, even if it's continuing to head down, which it has today. I'm hedging my investment by buying some more. Look, a market cap of 6 million, their competitors are in the billions or hundreds of millions. This is a real project with a potential ton of value to the marketplace. And for that reason, I'm investing in YOP. And my next pick goes to a project that you've probably heard of, but if you haven't, you're going to start hearing about it all over the place. It's called the Graph and the Graph token. The Graph is an indexing protocol for querying networks like Ethereum, IPFS. Anyone can build and publish open APIs called subgraphs, making data easily accessible. This is a huge project, guys, a massive project. Say goodbye to custom servers. Web3 is a new stack for radically bettering the internet. People are calling this the Google of crypto. So much is getting built, and that is very, very true. Indexers, curators, delegators. I think I'm going to do a deep dive video on the Graph very soon. But when we look at their live products, this is already in use on some of the biggest DeFi projects out there. Uniswap, Synthetics, Decentraland, Aragon. The Graph is a massive project with huge future potential. The Graph launches its mainnet, and it is awesome. Now looking into the Graph token, GRT, now trading around 56 cents. I've been buying the Graph for the last 2 weeks, and I'm buying more likely today. As we see, it came out the gate around 13 cents and rose all the way up to over 75 cents. Its all-time high was 77 cents, and then it came back down. As we can see, we know the whole market came down with it, and it's been consolidating, and now we're seeing these healthy climbs upward and a little bit of correction, consolidation, and some more climbs upward. My prediction is the Graph will be a multi-billion-dollar token in the next few months to next year ahead. I'm looking for a 5x, a 10x, a 20 plus x for Graph over the next 2 years to come. The next project I want to talk to you about is a project that fell under the radar, but it had huge amount of hype when it came out, and it's called BZX, the most powerful open finance protocol. Build applications that empower lenders, borrowers, and traders with the most flexible decentralized finance protocol on the Ethereum network. Products built on the BZX protocol. Some examples, Fulcrum and Torque, and they have a large ecosystem with DeFi savers, Stacked, B token, to just name a few, Paraswap. This is a medium-sized project with a huge potential, and BZX has been underperforming in my opinion. Now, full disclosure, I bought BZX when it came out the gate. I actually made some money and left the token. Sadly, I did that because I left too early. It came out around 17 cents. I bought in initially around 26 cents, and I ended up watching and learning, and it kept growing. I sold it around 50 cents. Unfortunately for me, shortly after, it went all the way up to an all-time high of $1.64. And then there was a massive crash. and a massive crash further down to what we think was the floor of BZX. And then we saw consolidation, some growth consolidation. But what we're seeing now is I've bought back in. And I bought back in around 11, 12, 16 cents and all the way up 20 and 30 cents. And I'm continuing to buy some bags of BZX protocol because I think that BZX will likely reach its all-time high and beat it in the next couple months to come, especially if the altcoin bull is actually here. If we see the altcoin trend continue in a bullish cycle, then we're likely to see BZX hit its all-time high again and beat it. Now, this isn't a project I'll probably be in for the next few years, but it is a project I plan on making a 5+X on. That's my goal. And then likely getting out and getting back into Ether or Polkadot. And when you look at this massive dump, you ask yourself, what the hell happened? Well, it's really simple. Back in September 14th of 2020, DeFi protocol BZX loses 8.1 million in its third hack. This sent the project to its doomsday. So-called decentralized finance DeFi lending protocol BZX on Sunday, while this was back in September 2020, lost 8.1 million in a new hacking attack, the third this year, caused by a flawed code in its smart contracts. The bug allowed the hacker to mint 219,000 link tokens, etc., etc., etc. Mark Thalin, lead engineer at Bitcoin.com, first discovered the vulnerability in the smart contracts and reported it to BZX, warning 20 million was at risk. In a statement, BZX co-founder Kylie Kristen said that this defective code permitted an attacker to duplicate assets or even increase the balance of the protocol's interest-bearing token called iTokens. BZX noticed the security breach some hours later and immediately halted minting and burning of iTokens. Trading resumed, and the fix corrected the balance's duplications. Now, this was back in September, and that's why you saw these massive drop-offs. That said, the BZX team has continued to focus on the growth of the project, and they've got some serious community behind it. So I really do see BZX growing substantially in the very near term, and we are already seeing it now. And so I am putting this on my list of my investments to 5x in the near term. Now, the last project I want to retouch on, if you haven't watched my last video, please do, is Reef Finance. And the reason that I'm bringing Reef up again is because I believe it is still a great buy today, right now. If you watch my video, you'll know that I was buying Reef at 2.5 cents to start, and it dropped all the way down to 1 cent and just under a cent. So I started hedging my investment and buying more at 1 cent. When my video came out, and if you haven't, please do go and watch my video. It's got 7,900 views, which I'm extremely proud of. But what you'll see is that, well, thank you. You guys made that happen, and thank you very much for sharing and liking my videos and subscribing to our channel. But when you see what's happening now is you see the consolidation is over. When my video came out, it was at 1 cent and just under 1 cent. Well, it's up 124% since that time. And as predicted, the farming ended 24 hours ago, and we're seeing this nice steady growth of Reef. So Reef is on my buy list. I do hold bags. I continue to invest in it. I do see a 5, 10, 20x potential in Reef in the near term, and I do believe it's a long-term hold as well. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching CryptoWise, and we will continue to bring the latest news in altcoins and crypto to you. But once again, we love you. Subscribe to our channel, click on the bell, like our videos, and tell us what you think. We love you guys.